I'm old-fashioned. I write in longhand initially. I had an outline for how the book would proceed. I took out some yellow pads. I was very particular about the pens I use. And then I'd just, with my left-handed scrawl, write out a bunch of stuff and then transfer it onto a computer. And that it was usually during that transfer from writing to computer that I did my first edit. I'm a night writer, so usually my best writing was done after Michelle and the girls had gone to bed. I'd probably stay up until 2 o'clock in the morning. From about 10 to 2 is when I could really lock in and I didn't have a lot of distractions. Things got a little more intense in the summer when we were getting closer to deadline. So it wasn't just nighttime in which I was having to go at it. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't call myself a quick writer, but I'm a pretty thorough writer. And once I've got what I consider to be an acceptable chapter for somebody to read, it's usually in decent shape. My main task is then cutting a bunch of it because I usually got too much to say instead of too little. No particular memory stands out because there's so many of them. Obviously, there are the big public events that a lot of people are mindful of. The Bin Laden raid or the financial crisis. Maybe the thing I enjoyed writing about the most were the quieter moments. The moments spent with my family, or the moments sometimes alone where I'm wrestling with issues and evoking or reminding myself of the feelings and doubts and fears that I was going through and making some of the big decisions that we were confronting. Having run our leg of the race to completion, we took satisfaction in knowing that we'd done our very best. And however much I'd fallen short as president, whatever projects I'd hoped but failed to accomplish, the country was in much better shape than it had been when I'd started. As a writer, when you're reading, invariably you're going to come across some places where you go, man, I'd like to make an edit right here, or making a little adjustment or tweak here. And you just got to roll with it, especially if it's a lengthy book. And then there are days where, you're a little tongue-tied. And there's certain expressions that constantly give you trouble. But overall, it's a reminder that the written word, is ultimately a derivative of our voices. And the human voice, I think, maybe can transmit some things that the written page can't.